Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Mr. Jason Pritchard. How you doing, sir?
I am doing good. Zuber, how are you?
I'm doing well, Matt. So I think I overheard something the other day that made me go, hmm. And that is that Jason Pritchard himself and his team put 9 properties in contract last week. And if that's true, uh, don't you know there's a depression and a recession going on? What the hell are you doing if that is true? Please tell me it's not true. It can't be true. What the hell are you
It
doing
is
buying 9 properties?
the rumor that you saw on social media is true, my friend. Yes, we
Oh
put
my God, you're
yeah,
crazy. You're going to go
yeah.
bankrupt. What are you doing?
That's it. This is it, man. We're
You're
uh,
out.
we're we're putting all of our chips on black, and we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna roll the dice, dude. Yeah, that's it, man. No, yeah, we had a really good week from an acquisition standpoint last week. It was 9 contracts executed in one week. That's the best week that we've had. We measure that metric on a daily basis with my team, and we've put in a lot of work. Our team has grown significantly over the last year, and that's a direct result of all the systems and hiring and things that we've done to get there, man. So I'm really excited.
All right. So congratulations.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, no,
excited.
yeah.
I'm
Poke,
excited for you.
poke as many holes in my week as you can. I'd love to hear it, man. Yeah.
uh, let's be very clear. I call you the number one real estate investor in Fresno for a reason. You've earned
Yep.
that title, that mantle. But I'm going to poke at this not for you,
Sure.
but for others, because I think others need to see what's going on. So first, the desired outcome for you. So you buy these 9. I know with certainty you have a plan already, even
Yep.
though these aren't closed. You have a plan for all 9 of these. It could be anywhere from hotel to long-term hold to flip to Airbnb. So break down the 9. I'm going to guess they're all not the same outcome.
Correct. So one of the things that I've been very adamant with my team about this year is the last 24 months we've been very flip heavy, for the lack of a better word, right? So like 90% of the projects that have come through our pipeline, we close on them, rehab them, and then resell them. And it's a function of what the market's been doing,
Yeah,
right?
of
There
course.
didn't really make sense for me to wholesale a lot of stuff because I could make 3 or 4x what I'm going to wholesale on an assignment fee by flipping, because we're just getting these crazy offers and things like that, right? So what we're doing is we're trying to get more to a balanced ratio between flip to wholesale. So I think we're going to probably be more 60-40 flip to wholesale. And so I think, we're not taking on any more active rehab projects, right? And so for me, once you close on something, right, your liability and the amount of attention and everything that goes into it, it gets really high, right? Because your risk, as soon as you close, right, the risk is much higher, right? When you go to assign it, as long as you're locking these properties in at a number that makes sense and you have the relationships with the buyers where you feel like you can move it, right? We're not putting in anything under contract that we don't feel confident that we can find an end buyer on.
Mm-hmm.
I think what it does for us is it helps bring more revenue into our company in on a shorter time frame, right? And we're just cherry picking the ones that are prime opportunities to flip. So the things that we are closing on that we are going to flip have really considerable margins on them, and we feel really good about them. They fit in the buy box that we're kind of sticking with now, at or below the median. And we're just trying to mitigate some of our risk by not closing on all 9 of them, right?
Okay, so let's break it down. Let's try to put some numbers in. If we just want to average it, it's fine. So what I think I hear you saying, of these 9, you will probably be in and out of 4 of them inside of 30 days.
Yeah, I mean, we would be assigning them, so we wouldn't even take ownership, right?
Okay.
And I
So
think,
not a
yeah,
double
so
closing or anything.
yeah,
Just
nothing like that. No,
Okay.
just a straight assignment. Yeah, so I
So
think
4 of them
you're
you get
actually
paid.
right. 4 of them we are planning to assign, and then the other 5 we're going to close on.
Okay, so the other 5. So again, these 9 closings, 4 of them you'll be in and out. You'll put money in the bank. Everybody's happy.
Yep.
So the next 5, I'm going to guess, again, all 5 are below the median. You've been very clear on that. You're being far more strategic or more focused this time. But even that, I'm guessing some of them are on the very light kind of carpet paint, let's call it 20 grand and less, and some of them are 20 grand and more.
Yep.
I'm going to guess none of them need permits. It's just a guess.
No.
I have no idea.
No, that's incorrect. So one of them does, but that one has a 6-figure profit potential, and it's still selling below the median price. And we just got it at like 40 cents on the dollar, right? So it was just a great buy for us. Mm-hmm. So the one, and it's in a neighborhood that we really like, that we know that there's a lot of demand. Tower District, you're very familiar with that. So stuff in Tower is going to sell always. It's always going to do good. And so we've got it at a great price. And it's going to be one of those ones where even though we're going to spend a substantial amount on the rehab, it's one of those ones that's going to be like an HGTV style flip, right? Where it's going to have all the bells and whistles because we bought it at such a good price. There is that rehab budget is substantial, so we can make it really look and feel like a really nice product. So
six figures for the rehab?
6 figures for the rehab. Yeah. So just numbers on that, bought it for 160, rehab will be 100, sells for like 415, 420.
There you go.
Yeah.
So again, of the 9, you're going to be in and out of 4 of them, at least 5. 4 of them are, I don't know. So once you close to list, are we talking, I'm just going to guess here, 2 of them will be less than 30 days from close to list, right? You're not going to sell it, but you'll be in and out that fast.
So all of the other ones are all vacant, right? No tenant occupied, nothing where we're going to be sitting on them for a long time dealing with evictions. The way that we do everything is while we're in escrow to buy, we set the expectation with the seller that we need to get in there with our contractors to start getting our bids.
Yep.
So we're dialing in our pricing and getting on our scheduling. So then that way, when we close, literally the very next day, the guys are set up to go and start running. And so that really, for the people that are new to this, the way that I calculate my holding costs is by the day. So literally every single day, something's not happening. You know, I kind of mentally visualize somebody coming and taking, here's $100 out of my wallet, you know, when it just sits there. Right.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what's happening when stuff is just sitting.
That's exactly what's
you're
happening.
literally just losing money. You're bleeding money. Right. And so we create a big sense of urgency with our team and with our vendors and our subs that just say, listen, guys, like once we own this, we've got to hit the ground running right out of the gate. So I would say of the 4 that are left over that we're closing and rehabbing, you're right. I think all of those are either just very light carpet and paint, or even if it's that, it's just simple remodels that we do all the time where it's just a template. We know what we're using. We have our design picked out. The guys know what they're doing. Yeah. And nothing will take more than 6 weeks for us to turn. So
so all those will be listed. And then again, so you may hold 4 of these 90 days. It's kind of the rough plan, I'm guessing.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And then the 5th one, the big one, the 100K budget, that's probably a 9-month hold you're estimating today?
No, I don't think, because that one's going to be vacant too. And we've already got our bids for that one. I think the rehab for that is probably going to be 8 to 10 weeks. So let's just say 90 days before we're actually listed on MLS, right? So that puts us like October-ish, November, something like that. We're heading into the slow time of the year. So, you know, I think because it's tower, because it's nice, I still expect it to move relatively quickly, but I don't expect to hold that for more than 6 months. My term on my lending is 12. So I always give myself a buffer in case we need it. But I actually expect that one to be in and out off of our books with no longer than 6 months.
And again, just so people know, median home price in Fresno today is like 460, 465, something like that. Even after an HGTV remodel in tower, a part of the town I love, you're still under that. So
I mean, our friends EVC Homes, they have this really nice project in tower that is very, very unique, that they're pending over asking, and they're asking with 650. And I was like, 650 in tower. That's a lot.
That's a number.
Yeah, that's big, but it's it's just crazy what prices have done, man. So I think you can actually
see that video on my channel. Chris Williams did a walkthrough video. I called it the Black House, I think.
Yep.
It's an amazing. Dude, the tile in the bathroom is
amazing property, man. Yeah.
The gold finishes, EVC, Aaron, Cletus, you guys are amazing.
Yep.
So again, back to the story. So it is true. You buying 9 transactions in a week.
Yep.
You're not crazy. You have a plan.
Yep.
So what do you do? What do you tell people that are like, the world's over, I'm just gonna sit down and watch the real estate market collapse and it's all over from here? How can you do 9 transactions when that's happening?
Our projects are moving. So what I tell them is I'm paying attention to what's happening in my business, right? So like for me, I have real world experience, like operating in this market space, and we're actively buying and selling properties right now. And all of our properties are still selling, right? And so I think I can't pay attention to what somebody else is saying that isn't operating in my space. That why am I going to listen to that when I have firsthand experience that it's the exact opposite of what's happening, right? Yeah. And so I think for me, I'm basing it off of that. And that, I know we're going to talk about mindset in a little bit, and I think it goes and speaks directly to just having faith and confidence in your ability to perform, understanding your numbers, understanding your market, having all of those things together and layering them on top of each other, and realizing now is where the opportunity is going to come, right? And so, we've been talking about it, right? Like, this is going to create opportunity. I think like people that are good operators in this space are going to be able to gobble up some market share. And for me, that's what this is. I feel like it's the people that are sitting on the sidelines, a lot of the newer investors that jumped in over the last 2 years that are afraid, right? They're not good fundamental operators, and they're the ones that are going to lose out on some of these opportunities, and we're just going to gobble them up as long as they fit the criteria that we're looking for.
Yeah, the last thing, let's talk about these 9, because again, these 9 were just not some 9 random phone calls. This took work, follow-up. If you were to kind of age it out, probably first contacts with most of these were 6-9 months ago.
Yeah, 4 to 6 months ago. 4 to 6 months ago. And that's one of the things that I would stress to the listeners that are out there right now. Now is the time to draw a hard line with your offers. And we've got to be really firm with the sellers that we're speaking with. And what's working to our advantage is the narrative that's being pushed in the news, right? So we don't have to tell them. Yeah, exactly. We do not have to tell the sellers anything that they're not already hearing, right? We're basically just piggybacking off of that wave and just saying, listen, I know that you're watching the news. I know that you're seeing all this stuff. The real estate market is starting to cool down a little bit. Rates are up. I cannot come up on my price, right? And so if you want to sell it for the number that you're at, I suggest you hire an agent as soon as you possibly can, right? And let's get it on the market. Go. Yeah. But if not, this is the number that I need to be at. And I think a lot of those conversations and those seeds that we planted 4, 5, 6 months ago, initially when we had that first contact with those sellers, they've shopped it around to other people. They've been in escrow and then they've fallen out, right? Because other people tied the property up and then they couldn't perform. Our team followed up, checked in with them just like we said that they would. And it's just the timing ended up being right. And that's what I'm talking about. Believing in we have a very good dialed in sales and follow-up process that we've established with our team. And you understand the importance of that coming from a background where you can't just talk to the person one time and hope that you're going to convert that opportunity.
One call close? What kind of salesman are you?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So it's like, you got to talk to them 10 times, you know what I mean? And so it's just like this constant, consistent follow-up. And that's the stuff that is, that's coming through right now. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. So again, right, lots of new tools in your tool belt. But again, the money in this business in a changing market are going to be coming from a tight buy box, getting focused smaller. You can still do deals, 9 transactions a week. The real money's in the follow-up and staying consistent. So Jason, where can people find you? Because again, if you're not following Jason Pritchard on social media, you are missing out. And his wife, Jen Pritchard, they're just living life, showing you what it's about. His stories are awesome. He gives real numbers. Dude, he's a must follow.
Guys, just if you go to either Instagram or Facebook and pull my name up and follow me on there, that's going to be the best place. I'm very open and transparent about how we run and operate our business. We share the wins, we share the losses, and everything in between. And I want to be a resource, and I want to help the community out, man. So if your listeners have questions, every time we do these shows, I always get people that reach out and DM me and say, hey, I saw you on Zuber's channel. I have a question about this, and I'm happy to answer those questions if I can. So don't hesitate to reach out if I can help with anything.
And the other thing I need to put in here, you've just done 9 transactions, so I need some walkthrough videos because the audience.
Really I got some walkthrough videos for you. Yeah. And I want to let's bookmark this video. And in 3 months from now, I think it'll be good to kind of dig deep into like the performance of how some of these projects went, because, I'm confident that we're going to do good, but you never know. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll let the numbers, speak for themselves at the end, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, let's have an over under, folks. So Mr. Pritchard has told us about 9 transactions, 4 wholesales, 4 light flips, 1 big one. Says the big one's going to be a 6-figure win. Let's trust him on that. So let's put the over under at 225. Do you think he makes more or less than $225,000 total in these 9 transactions? Who's going to take the over?
Easy. Over, guys. The over. It's easiest. The easiest money that you can ever make in your life is the over bet on this one. Zuber set the bar way too low, guys.
All right. So, yeah, hey, I was taking a stab. Where would you put the over under that you think's a real good number?
For me, it's got to be north of 300 for sure. Easy.
All right. There you go. You just heard him. 300. Over, under, who's got the over, who's got the under? 9 transactions, 4 wholesales, 4 light lipsticks, 1 big flip. that will probably be on the market October, November.
Yeah.
Who's taking the over? Who's taking the under? Put your comments below. I have faith in Mr. Pritchard and everything they do, so I'm taking the over. Never bet against a friend.
There you go.
Always go over. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate you, buddy.